This episode of I've Had It is brought to you by Just Thrive. Right now, you can save 20% off a 90-day bottle of Just Thrive probiotic or Just Calm at justthrivehealth.com with promo code HADIT. So are we supposed to start the podcast?
1, 2, 3. Oh my God, that might be my best one yet ever. I was so proud. I mean, this is going to be a great episode.
The clap off. I mean, it's so...
I'm just getting better and better and better.
Okay, listen up, listener. You do know I wake up at the crack of dawn.
Right.
And a few weeks ago, it was the coronation.
Right.
And I watched the BBC because I've sworn off American news.
Right.
So the coronation comes on. This thing is snooze fest. Beyond all snooze fest.
Beyond all snooze fest.
And it made me have an appreciation for America, because when we have a ceremony for a really old person, like look at Joe Biden's inauguration, you've got Katy Perry singing,
right,
and fireworks going off and John Legend, and they trot it out, and it's like we're really fucking good at entertainment.
Right.
We are so good at entertainment. This coronation was a circle jerk.
That was horrible.
All circle jerks, stuffy, all in the Anglican church. And I'm like, you guys have Harry Styles. He's
right.
British. Trot him out in his little Gucci outfit.
Yes.
And have him shake in the church for King Charles. I mean, make it entertaining. And granted, we are very small-minded,
right.
ADD,
yes,
attention span of a gnat style Americans, but we do entertainment very, very well.
Absolutely. And I was out of town that weekend for the coronation, and I was the first one up in my group. And so I turn it on. I'm like 2 hours in and nothing has happened. I mean, it was, and then my girlfriend started like coming in and getting in bed with me, and we were watching it. I was like, they're like, how's it going? I was like, it's so boring that I can't even talk about it. Like nothing has happened.
Could you imagine being there
no.
in person?
No.
Sitting on that wooden pew?
No. And oh my, no, that's a nightmare.
I mean, that is like one of those things that I would never have FOMO about.
No.
Ever. I would rather paint the interior of Westminster Abbey with a fucking Q-tip.
Right.
2 coats, because at least it's active.
You're doing
boredom.
Something. I felt sorry for the little kids.
That is passive boredom.
Oh,
I don't feel sorry for kids in general, but I felt sorry for anybody
that had to sit through that.
I started watching, and then the BBC, the anchors are reaching at this point.
Right.
You know? And I'm just like, if this would have been going on in America, it would have been cut.
Right. It would have been about a 5-minute deal.
And we would have trotted out a dance routine.
Right.
So there's a lot of things y'all do great in the UK, but I would say on the coronation events, you've got Harry Styles, you've got Mick Jagger, you have the fucking Spice Girls.
Right. Paul McCartney,
trot out your stars,
yes,
and have them do cool shit.
Right.
Because that just was very lacking in modernity, lacking in excitement. And I'm just like, okay, before I was like, okay, yeah, the monarchy, whatever, it's tradition. I'm like, snooze fest, hit the bricks, trot out somebody entertaining.
Right. No, and I loved Princess Diana.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine, considering you're the Princess Diana of podcasting.
My gosh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine the parallels you must feel with your life and hers.
Well, it's class, not ass over here.
But, I mean, Elton John sang at her funeral.
Right. Bring Elton.
In the same location, the same venue.
Right.
I got to be more entertained. I have to be more entertained. I mean, a politician I didn't like very much was Trump, but at least he had sex with a porn star, and I found that rather entertaining.
Right. And he says crazy shit. So it's entertaining.
It's somewhat entertaining.
Right.
And I admit, listener, that this makes us sound incredibly vapid and shallow, and you would be 100% correct in that assessment.
Right.
Because we are.
Because we are.
Speaking of the listeners.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I've had it with. I'm going to do a little dramatic reading.
That's one of my favorites.
We received a 1-star review on Apple.
Oh, no.
Loved this, but starting to get political. Don't alienate your audience. Look what happened to CNN. Get rid of your young, woke producers. They are ruining your podcast. They are cap lock boring. Every single show seems to have a drag queen or something. I am so sick of it being shoved in my face. I'll just have to watch the little snippets on TikTok that are funny. Sorry to have to unfollow, but I'm done.
So much anger. She's mad.
There's a lot to unpack.
So much.
Let me start at the top.
Okay.
First and foremost, this person's user identity is just a series of numbers, which number one is chicken shit.
Right. Anonymous.
It is chicken shit coward. Tell us your name. Fucking own your shit. Okay. Number two, we get to be political if we want to be political,
Right.
because it is our podcast. And I bet you that this is a not once, but twice voting Trumper.
If you were just going to guess.
If I just had to take a wild stab at it,
Right.
who's a little butthurt because the optics of us on social media, when
Right.
you see us before anything comes out of our mouth, middle-aged blonde women, people are thinking Kellyanne Conway,
Karen's.
Megyn Kelly. And
Right.
then they start hearing what we have to say. And we are allies of the LGBTQ
Right.
plus community. We are allies of the Black and brown community.
Absolutely.
We are allies with marginalized groups for moral reasons.
Right.
This isn't just to be cute and fun. We morally feel an obligation to support marginalized people.
Right.
That's just right off the top.
Right.
Let me dive into this. Anonymous chicken shit coward user. Our producers, Kylie is gay and Richard is Black, and they're not fucking going anywhere. They are going nowhere. They will continue to produce this show. They have great ideas, and they are their own ideas. And we have our ideas, and they are our own ideas. And if you just want to continue watching the little snippets on TikTok, guess who makes those for you?
A lesbian.
A lesbian makes those, because God knows Pumps and I aren't making them because we don't fucking know how to do that.
Right.
So it's fine. Give us a 1 star. We don't give a shit. But what I do care about is people that are so intolerant of
Right.
open-mindedness, of accepting marginalized people, of loving people without judgment. The name of this podcast is I've Had It. And sometimes that segues into us having it with homophobia and having it with racism, which we have had it. And the permanent record will always reflect that. And you can give 1 star after 1 star
Right.
after 1 star. But we're not fucking changing.
That's right.
All right?
Preach.
That's right.
Very well said.
Kylie, now here's the deal. Kylie and Richard, here's the deal. If y'all start showing up late, I'm not doing your shit.
You just went on the permanent record that we are not going anywhere. I'm about to start slacking.
Drop the mic on that one, Jennifer.
I know this will be recorded, so you can always trot it out. But no, we love you guys, and you are not ruining jack shit. You are contributors and a part of our team, and you are incredibly valued. And I don't know what this podcast would be without the two of you.
That's right.
I mean, it'd just be basically Pumps and I sitting on the phone making asses of ourselves. And now we have misery loves company in
Right.
the form of you two superhumans.
Who put up with so much.
With all of that, I would like to welcome everybody to I've Had It. This is a place, this is therapy. Because don't get it twisted, listener. Do not get it twisted. When you go out in the world, be kind to people.
Right.
But there are things that are so annoying. Fingernails on a chalkboard, like that fucker in that 1 star review. You have to have friends that you can get this shit
Right.
off of your chest. You have to release it.
Get it out.
Get it out, release it. That's what this podcast is for.
Right.
The releasing of petty grievances in an effort to prevent homicide.
That's right.
We are crime fighters.
We are crime fighters.
Crime preventers. Welcome to I've Had It. I am Jennifer.
I'm Angie.
We call her Pumps, and she is Princess Diana. You know, Pumps, I worry about you living out by yourself with all of your kids away at college and your youngest one always spend the night out with friends. And that's why I'm so excited to tell you about the latest innovation from Simply Safe Home Security. It's called the 24/7 Live Guard Protection, and it's made possible only by Simply Safe's new smart alarm wireless indoor camera. They monitor your house, and if somebody breaks in, the Simply Safe people start talking to them like, you better get out of the house.
Oh my gosh.
The cops are on their way.
That's amazing.
I think you have got to get one of these. This new camera is also the only indoor security camera that can trigger the alarm and instantly deter intruders with a built-in siren. Right now, for I've Had It podcast listeners, you get a special 20% off any Simply Safe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. This huge offer is for a limited time, so visit simplysafe.com/hadit. That's simplysafe.com/hadit. There is no safe like Simply Safe. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, Pumps, as therapeutic as our friendship is, I have found my work with therapists the one thing that has really helped me get better, deal with vulnerabilities, deal with insecurities, deal with marital problems, etc.
Therapy really is invaluable.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, you should give BetterHelp a try. What I love about this service so much is it's entirely online. It's convenient, flexible, and suited to my schedule. All I had to do was fill out a brief questionnaire and I got matched up with a licensed therapist, and I can switch at any time for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hadit today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hadit. I mean, this has been, I'm going to say a 5-star pre-show.
Maybe 5.1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, despite that 1-star review, I think we are exceeding expectations, and the permanent record, which, by the way, listener, let me let you in on a little something. I ordered recently a leather binder that is embossed that says the permanent record. And if there are any ambitious listeners, and I'm thinking YouTube might be the best candidate for this, any ambitious YouTube listeners, if you want to go through all the episodes and anytime we refer to the permanent record and you make a note for us,
right,
like as our little administrative assistant, I will give you full credit and we will make all of these entries. Here's the caveat about the permanent record. We control the permanent record. So I might go on the permanent record and say something like, Pumps is the Princess Diana of podcasting. The very next episode, I can grab the permanent record and amend it.
Right.
Pumps pissed me off today. She is no longer.
She's just a bit.
She is the Camilla Parker Bowles of podcasting, and I can change it.
Right. And we should also put a section for great trolls.
Oh, yeah, we do. We need to keep. Yes, we do need to keep. We just need a record.
Right.
And I know that some
as if
people,
the video and the podcast itself.
I think
are
our
not
young listeners, which the majority of our listeners are way younger than us, are probably going to say, you do have a record. It's digital. And that would be true, but we like antiques, such as a leather-bound notebook.
Right. We like to write things.
Okay, listen up, listener. This is a big day. Big day. Big dick energy.
Big dick energy.
We have as our guest today, he was a bachelor, and then he was like a contestant on The Bachelorette, and he was in Bachelor in Paradise. He has a podcast. He was on Dancing with the Stars. It's like hot guy summer.
Right.
It's total hot guy summer vibes. Let's welcome to I've Had It, host of the Viall Files, Nick Viall.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
Yes, Nick, how are you?
So good. Great to be with you. Congratulations on your show. You guys are crushing it.
I mean, totally,
Thank you.
just absolutely slaying the podcast world. I mean, it's a total fucking layup for us.
Yeah.
Hashtag humility.
Absolutely. Well, between the two of us, I think we're just dominating the entire. I don't think there's any other podcasts that need to
Right.
exist.
Agree.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. And now this greatness has collided.
That's right.
And by the way,
Here we are.
I like your backdrop. See, we have this nice cowhide wallpaper. You have a nicely decorated set, which I'm an interior designer, so I really appreciate the aesthetic you've got there.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah. It was just me and Etsy. Put it on around.
So,
Yeah.
Nick, let's, I don't want us to get too friendly yet because this is
Okay.
a podcast where we oppose toxic positivity in all of its forms. And this is a place where we come to dump petty grievances that
I love that so much. Such a fan of your guys' show. I love hating on things. It's really
totally.
fun.
And we are world class haters. I mean, world fucking class. You should have heard what we were ripping before you came on here. But anyway, Nick, I just want to jump right into it. Tell us what you've had it with.
Birthday weekends, friends' birthday weekends. Have you ever been invited? It's like, it's my birthday weekend, and then they double down and go, it's my birthday week, and the friend that has like they invite you to the weekend, and then it sounds fun in theory, but it just ends up being a bunch of responsibility, and then you're sleeping on an air mattress, and then you have to hang out with a bunch of people like you've never met. And I'm just here to tell you, it's not cool. I don't care if it's your birthday generally at all.
Really? That's the thing. Nobody cares.
I agree with you on this. And there is something far more sinister at play than just the birthday weekend, Nick. And it is the birthday month. And these are the most egregious offenders of all. And you know who I'm talking about. They announce it like, oh, July's my birthday month. And the person's like 31. It's not even a fucking significant age. They barely fucking done anything with their lives. They barely scratched the surface. And they're trotting out a goddamn birthday month. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's awful.
Yeah, as if they're the only one that month that has a birthday.
Yes. It's like, so you're completely have full control over July because it's your birthday month. Yeah. We don't even hardly wish each other happy birthday.
Here's what I feel about this. A lot of people make a big deal about breastfeeding, right? And it's like all mammals breastfeed. This is something that is not original. It's not new. You didn't invent a new trick. All mammals do it. Baby bears do it. Baby koalas do it, or maybe they're marsupials. But nonetheless, I want to be factually correct here. And then the birthday.
Know your animal. Yes.
Everybody has a birthday. Everybody has one. And these people that think they're so universally unique and such a gift to this world, that they're going to celebrate an entire month. I think if you want to do it, fucking swing for the fences. But it absolutely exhausts me. And I immediately see a red flag and think, I cannot participate in life with this person.
This person
They're
cannot
the same
exist.
person who calls everyone else a narcissist. Which is another thing I can't stand. The word narcissist has turned into like a word, you just use for people you don't like anymore.
Right.
It's just
in my practice.
And if everyone's a narcissist, everyone's a narcissist but you. It's just like, oh, maybe,
Spot it, got it. I'm a divorce attorney, and every single client, without fail, has diagnosed their soon-to-be ex-spouse as a narcissist.
Narcissist.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah. I had one client that went through like a psychology textbook. She ordered it off Amazon, and she highlighted all of the things that were similar. So it was just pages and pages of yellow highlight on this psychology book. And she's like, do you need to keep this? And I'm like, I got it. Thanks. Don't need the psychology book highlighted.
Let me tell you something I really rather enjoy, though. And it is like people that are having a meltdown on social media and like their relationship is falling apart. And then they start posting like quotes about narcissists on their social media. You immediately know the husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife has fucked around.
Right.
And I'm like totally like I'm like, tapping the vein. Like, what are they going to post next? Who all like this? And I'm just way down, like deep diving in this total online meltdown. But there is this new trend that's coming around. Social personality disorders are very real. Mental illness is very real.
Absolutely.
All of these psychological buzzwords are real, but there is a movement of faking fakers that are hijacking all of these words and adopting them into everyday vocabulary. They're self-diagnosing. They're diagnosing.
Gaslighting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, it's wild. I've been fighting with the internet for like the past 2 years about this. I've finally, I feel like I've just given up. It's just, everyone's self-diagnosing. Everyone's a gaslighting narcissist and covert this or that. And to your point, you're right. These are real words and they're real diagnoses and there's, and real people suffer from these real terrible things. But like everyone's an expert now. And like the internet is a place where people are going to just, validate like their misfortunes. And, if everyone else is selfish, then maybe you're the selfish one. Like,
Right,
it's like your people are just like, I can't possibly understand why no one understands what I'm going through. They're narcissists because they're not thinking about me.
All the time.
Exactly.
All the time, constantly. Again.
Okay, so I did a deep dive on your Instagram. Okay, and so
I'm sorry, that's embarrassing.
I know you have like total hot boy summer vibes, right? And then I see your fiance who's like total babe. And I'm going through everything last night, like totally researching as a guest. So then I Google you. And so I thought you were probably like early 30s and you're 42.
Yeah.
Really? Because I did the same thing. I had no idea.
He is 42. Okay.
God.
And let's just discuss this fiance of yours. And I read, first of all, she's a total babe. I mean,
So
like,
pretty.
She's so hot. So kudos to you on that. And I understand that she slid into your DMs and that you fucking carded her.
True. I carded her to make sure she was real because catfishing's a real thing.
Right.
So catfishing's a real thing. I know friends who have been personally catfished. I know acquaintances who are like deep in a catfishing situation. I mean, I've experienced people who thought they were being catfished by me.
Right.
She's a beautiful person. When she DM'd me on my Instagram, I was just like, she's so beautiful. There's a good chance she's not real. And
Your big niche is dating advice. And so we're going to go through your top 5 here. And we're either going to comment on them or give you an alternate one. So the first one is you don't try to get somebody to like you before you know if you like them. And I'll give you an example of this. So my very first boyfriend in high school, his name was Sean. He was super into like hiking in Colorado in mountains and like rappelling, like hiking and rappelling. And then he was into archery. So I became into hiking, rappelling, and archery.
obviously.
Immediately.
Obviously.
He bought me like a bow and arrow, and we would go shoot the bow and arrow. And then I got these hiking boots, and we would go to his sister's house in Colorado, and we would hike. And I was Granola fucking Joan of Ark. I mean, it was unbelievable. We dated for like 3 years. The minute we broke up, I have never shot a bow and arrow since then.
I was going to say.
Nor am I super outdoorsy at all. And so I think a lot of people do this where they meet somebody and then they pop their representative out to represent them in the beginning parts of dating.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, I talk about this all the time on my show where they'll do this thing, people, when they're dating someone, go on a couple dates, and yes, let's say you meet on a dating app. All right, they think they're hot, and they immediately in their brain think, I like this person. They'll bullshit to themselves and their friends, be like, no, I really have to get to know them and find out if I really like them. But they're basically just like, are they 6'2", and they tell a joke, oh, I'm in love. And so and then they meet them in person, and if they live up to those expectations, right? Let's say they're as hot as they represented themselves on social media, then they're really telling themselves, I am in love. And if they make them laugh at all on the date, they're just like, I had the most amazing date. And then from that point forward, everything that's going on in their brain is, I need this person to love me. And then if they're lucky enough to do that, right? No, so you're like on 5 or 6 dates, and the person's like, I like you too. Let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. People literally stop getting to know each other. All they're trying to do at that point is just like maintain the illusion of the fantasy that we're meant to be each other. Although that line of people say things like, I feel like I've known you forever. I'm like, oh my God, same. And like, should we talk about our wedding now or like? But I think too many people are actively trying not to get to know the people they're dating for fear that it might not live up to the expectations they have in their head when they matched with them on a dating app, found out they were 6'2" and told a couple jokes.
Right.
Most fun ever.
Did you ever do this, Pump? So when I was younger, the same boyfriend that was into the hiking and the archery, I would practice writing my name, my first name with his last name.
A million times.
Cursive.
Of course I would.
In fucking cursive. I would write it over and over and over, practicing. And now 48-year-old Jennifer, I'm so mad at myself for taking Josh's last name.
Right.
I wish I would have kept my maiden name. Like, it's amazing how we set ourselves up and how society has just kind of thrust upon us that you have to find this relationship and this is going to fix all of your problems in adulthood. And in fact, I would even go as far to say it exacerbates your problems in adulthood.
Oh, yeah.
Agree.
Oh yeah, we spend most of our time in, especially people in their 20s, and I don't know, people in their 20s try to live up to expectations they set for themselves when they were 16. It's like how dumb were we when we were 16?
Right.
You know,
Totally. Totally.
like
Okay.
when I was 25, I was just like I had a meltdown on my 25th birthday because like 25-year-old Nick didn't have the BMW that 18-year-old Nick told himself he would. You know. And like, how fucking stupid is that? You know, but we do that, right?
We do. Okay, your second dating tip, which I completely disagree with,
Oh,
is
I love that.
lack of communication. And I'm going to tell you, this sounds good in the early days that
Right.
people need to communicate a lot. But I've been with Josh for 22, 23 years. I've been to fucking rehab with him 5 times, 5 family weeks, Nick. I have talked. I've
Right.
talked about everything. I've talked about little Josh. I've talked about little Josh's interchild issues. I've talked about mine. We've had 15 different therapists. We have talked and talked and talked our guts out. And I
Right.
want to advise our listeners and yours, if you marry a yak mouth in the beginning
only
of
gets-
this relationship, that motherfucker's still going to be yakking 20 something years into it. And in this stage in my life, I want to fucking talk less.
Yeah.
I want a smaller life, less people in it, more efficient communication. Everybody needs to shut the fuck
Right.
up.
That's hard to disagree with. But you said efficient communication.
Efficient.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, be purposeful.
Yeah.
I just think back to the other thing. I just think we have to be able to ask questions that we're often afraid of asking. You know, like just don't keep up the fantasy, so to speak.
I agree.
That's true.
And so it's just more communication doesn't mean like, you know, not shutting the fuck up or I know I can be obnoxious with my, you know, fiance. Like I'll go on some tangent and I'll look at her face and be like, I need to shut the fuck up. Like, in
Leave
no
it
way
alone.
interested in what I have to say. And that is totally fine. She spends like I just talk to myself in my head most of the time. But I do think in terms of relationships early on in dating, communication is like actually finding out, you know, that your person might not like archery. And that's okay.
Right.
I do think I appreciate the couples who can sit in silence and be comfortable with each other and not get anxious just because, you know, the couples who are like, we have nothing to talk about. It's just like, it's okay. It's fine.
Totally.
You know,
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
we spend all fucking day together. Like, what else do you want to,
Right.
let's just enjoy each other's presence.
Agree.
It's fine.
It's a total gift.
Yeah.
Back to the people that feign like I did. I feigned liking camping and archery. What this is, I was a bait and switch. And thank God I didn't marry poor Sean because it would have been, I baited him in like I was Miss Granola. I was fucking Joan of Arc. I had that bow and arrow and I fucking hit the bullseye. I would have switched on that motherfucker so
Right.
fast. And then I'm off to the Gucci store doing
was gonna say
incredibly
the-
shallow and pretentious and high-end style things. And he would have hated my guts. And I would have hated his hiking boot, you know, archery.
Right.
I would have hated his ass.
But when you came out as a label whore, it would have been a real shock.
Totally. It would have
Yeah.
not
And all the
been
lectures he
sustainable.
would have given you, he would have like sat you down and giving you like a PowerPoint presentation of how you're just not good for this world and how like your morals are off because you like designer bags and things like that.
And he
You
would
need to
have
like
been right. You know, it's 100% true. I ended up marrying somebody that's far more shallow and vain than I am. And so I kind of have the moral high ground in the relationship that I've been in for the last 22 to 23 years because Josh is way more shallow and pretentious than I could ever dream of being.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, he totally is. So it works. You know, I flipped the script. Okay.
know who you are. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Next up is not trusting your gut. I'm going to let Pumps tell
Oh,
you
God.
because she's an expert in this.
I'm the
She's
worst.
divorced. But why don't you share with Nick about your gut and how you didn't trust it when you were dating your ex-husband?
I swam through sharks to Red Flag Island, couldn't get there quick enough. But one time, and this was kind of early on, he was out of town. He said and our plan was he was going to be back in time to meet my mother for dinner. So he calls and says, hey, I'm running late. I'm not going to make it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So as I'm going down the elevator, somebody in my building's like, oh, hey, I just talked to my boyfriend at the time. He wanted me to meet him, da-da-da. And I'm like, well, that's weird because he told me he was out of town or he wasn't going to be back in time. So, of course, I immediately start stalking him and find him at this nasty ass strip bar in like a strip mall. Like it's not even a nice one. And I go
Yuck.
up to that place and the bouncer won't let me in. Start being a complete fucking nut. It's on a video camera inside the strip club. So he like marches his ass out, starts with just a line of bullshit a mile long. We get in this huge dust up at the strip bar in the strip mall on the camera. And do you think I still married it and tripled down 3 times? 3 kids. I did. I just did not ever. It never occurred to me that was a bad sign.
I bet it did occur to you. You just were really good at ignoring it. Yeah.
I'm trying to give myself a pass.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's we don't like listening to our guts at all. You know, we're very convincing people to ourselves of how to bullshit ourselves.
Exactly.
Denial is huge. And I think it's like, it goes back to when we first started this conversation with you. There is a desperation, whether it's on The Bachelor or Bachelorette or in real life, this desperation that we feel when we're really young to race to find our partner,
Right.
to start this family. And we haven't done all of these steps that you're talking about here because we are so myopically focused on that's the next step that we have to do in adulthood. We have to find our partner, our
Totally.
best friend, the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And here's the deal, kids. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's not
It
easy.
is hard as shit to maintain a relationship.
It's the rest of your life is a really fucking long time that I don't
Yes.
think people fully realize. Another thing about the gut, I was thinking about the reason why I think also why we're so bad at listening to our guts is because we have egos. And so when your gut's saying, hey, this is fucked up, he's definitely doing some shady shit and you should be mindful of it, your ego's like, that might be true, but you're special. And you
That's
can
right.
get them to change and you can get them to, you know, turn around. And if you do, you will be more special than all the other people he or she didn't do that for. And so we're just thinking, wait a second. Yeah, I actually could be a hero here.
Right.
Oh my God,
That's a
that
big
is
reason
so
why.
true. That's like ding, ding, ding.
It
We
is
have
true.
a winner.
Pumps is an egomaniac. I am so glad that you pointed that out, Nick. That is very insightful. And thank you.
I could
Kylie, add
sense
that,
it.
add
Yeah.
that to the permanent record. Pumps. Well, I mean, it's unbelievable what we have to put up with this. She's the star of the show. So, I mean, you pegged that fucking
off.
bullseye. You fuck off. You know, Pumps, now that we're in the throes of summer, I think we could all use a little wardrobe update. And I'm so happy that I've discovered Jenny Kane. It embodies the California dream for fashion. Have you seen their site?
Yes, I love it. Even though I don't like to shop, I love my pieces from Jenny Kane.
No matter the season, their dresses are the it item and will get you compliments. I have this amazing cashmere cardigan from Jenny Kane. And even though we're in the throes of summer, I'm always freezing when I go inside a movie theater or a restaurant or a shopping mall. And I just throw on my little Jenny Kane cashmere and I look adorable and I'm warm and I can wear it all 4 seasons. To find your forever pieces at jennykane.com, our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code HADIT at checkout. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code HADIT. Pumps, there's absolutely no denying what believers we are in Just Thrive products.
Absolutely none.
The gut health is
Yes.
so much better since we've been taking their probiotics. Our dogs take their probiotics because this company not only cares about your and my gut, but the guts of our animals. But what I love so much about Just Thrive are their Just Calm products, which are also all natural psychobiotics. And there is no question on the planet that we have a psycho lean.
Yes, we are definitely the target audience.
What I love about Just Calm is it supports mood, maintains cortisol levels, helps with stress and sleep, and overall calmness. Listener, right now you can save 20% off a 90-day bottle of Just Thrive probiotic or Just Calm at justthrivehealth.com with promo code HADIT. That's like getting a month free, all with a bottom of the bottle guarantee. Okay, Nick, number 4 is not speaking up on where you want to go on a first date. Completely disagree with this. I think it's terrible advice. Let me tell you why. I don't want to make decisions. I make decisions all fucking day. And I think it's a great tell. If some guy asked me out and he said, Jennifer, I want to take you out. And I said, great, I'd love to go. I want to take you to Applebee's at 8 p.m. on a Friday night. I would immediately know he just violated 2 fucking rules. Number 1, 8 p.m. is way too late. It's dangerously close to my bedtime, 8 p.m. is. And number 2, I'm not fucking eating at Applebee's.
Ever.
So this is good information before we ever start this first date. So convince me why I'm wrong.
I think you make a lot of good points. You can learn a lot by what they say, but you also can learn a lot by how they respond to your ideas.
Right.
And you can learn a lot about, hey, I think we should do this. We should do that. You could see how willing they are to make you a priority and go out of their way and show an interest in things that you show an interest in.
Right.
People don't pay enough attention to how people respond to the things they say.
Right.
Oh, that's so good.
I want to play a game with you, and it's called Had It or Hit It. Oh my God. Welcome to Had It or Hit It. I would hit it. Had it. I hit it every day, sometimes twice a day. Okay. Shirtless selfies.
Had it. I mean, I'm embarrassed. Like I used to do it a lot more. One of the hardest things to do in life is to like just scroll back 6 months on your social media.
Yeah.
It's really, and then like you read a caption you thought was clever and you're like, what the fuck was I saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to say I had it, but also I'm absolutely going to do that again in the future.
100%.
Love it.
Yeah, you can totally twist. I love that you don't delete. I have like my whole Instagram page going from way back when, and I will not delete a post. I will stand by it no matter how embarrassed I get by it.
Yeah.
Okay. Had it or hit it, golden doodles.
Well, I love my dog, Jeff, and he's technically not a golden doodle. He's an Australian cobber dog, but also he's a golden doodle. So hit it for sure. Yeah, sorry.
Poodles are getting laid all the time. We were
Yeah.
talking about that. I mean, the poodles are talk about hookup culture. Fucking poodles are right in that. Okay.
Professional cuddlers. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah.
Okay. Had it or hit it, texting your ex happy birthday.
Oh, had it for sure. That's a great way of making someone else's day about you. That's for sure. Yeah. Like, no, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Also, do you still love me? Yeah.
It totally is. Could that be a little narcissistic?
A little, yeah, it's a little narcissistic.
I think so too. Okay. Had it or hit it, open relationships.
I'm going to say hit it,
Really?
And here's why. I just like, it's not necessary for me, but like, I think it's for other people. And I have friends who partake in said lifestyle and they seem to have a pretty healthy relationship because at least what they are is fucking honest with each other. They're really good at setting boundaries. They know what each other's like and what they don't like. And it's not for everyone. And most people aren't even capable of having that level of honesty. But like my friends who have done it, they are very connected couples. So I think if you do it right, it can be great. But I think nowadays, for the had it people, it's probably the people who are using all the conversations about open relationships into like excuses of trying to get their Partner to have a threesome because what they really want to do is fuck other people and not be labeled a cheater.
Right.
So there is that too.
Okay. Because I mean, the Bachelor, Bachelorette, that's kind of an open relationship.
Oh, no, it is not even kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So so I have to expand on this. You're about to get married. Would you have an open relationship once you're married with the woman that you're engaged to?
Well, no, I have no intention and we have no plans of doing it.
There's no
I don't
way
think I could do it.
I don't think I could do it. If somebody wants to do that, and there's no way.
No
I could do it.
judgment.
I've grown emotionally, and my emotional IQ is skyrocketing as well established on this episode. I don't think I will ever get there where I'd be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, go fuck her. That's fine. I just don't think I could ever be okay with that. Okay. Had it or hit it, small talk in an elevator with strangers.
Had it. No, I want nothing to do with it. Shut the fuck up, please. Yeah.
Same.
I don't want to get to know you. I'm not interested in getting to know you. If I hate, I love talking, but I hate talking to people.
Same.
Especially in life. I am not interested in what you have to say for most people. Like I find most people to be really boring and uninteresting. And so like small talk in general is just not my favorite. I do not care about your day.
Agree.
Or
Totally
what you
agree.
I just don't care.
We've had it.
And I'm not really good at pretending. Yeah.
A recurring theme on this podcast that like a thesis sentence is all roads lead to yak mouths. When you've had it with something, it always leads directly to a yak mouth that won't shut the fuck up, whether it's on the elevator, the hotel receptionist, where all of the places that you can
Uber
go.
drivers. Ugh.
Uber
drivers
drivers
are the worst.
The yak mouthing is
The
just
worst.
too much. It's too much.
Like they only got the job because it's like they became Uber drivers because their friends won't talk to them or
Nobody else
something.
to
I don't
talk
know.
to.
I think Uber drivers became Uber drivers because no one else would talk to them, and they just insist on conversating with you. My Uber score suffered because I would refuse to talk to my Uber driver. I had to start picking silent ride only for my Uber score to go up because I would get so, and then I'd be huffing and puffing in the back, just like I was like trying to like non-verbally tell them to shut the fuck up. But
they can't pick up on the cues.
Yak mouths, we've diagnosed they do not pick up on verbal cues, or they don't care, and they just push through with the yak mouthing to torture everybody around them. Okay, last one, had it or hit it. Couples that communicate with each other in the comment section online.
I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. Had it, but self-awareness, I've definitely done it. Only because I don't like how many fucking heart emoji eyes can I comment on my fiance's page? And I'm just trying to support the cause. So like, what the fuck do I say? And I'll just say things like, what's for fucking dinner? Because I'm being snarky. But I'm not actually having a conversation. Like, we're not actually conversating. It's just the appearance of it because I don't know what the fuck to comment. How many times can I be like, I love you, you're the best? So yeah.
Okay. I just want
had it, but like I've done it. It's like it's right up there with the shirtless selfies.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to warn you because we've come to a lot of conclusions that we have identified relationships where people communicate online as a precursor to divorce. So I just want you to know that we have diagnosed that this could potentially be a problem. We've warned you in advance, and we have 0 degrees or 0 evidence to this whatsoever. We just wanted to pass the knowledge
I think
along.
it's good to put it. I appreciate it. I think it's good to put out there. Also, couples who try to oversell the relationship on social media, huge red flag.
Right.
Which again, you could accuse Natalie and I do, but like we only do because we have. What else am I gonna fucking post? Like I'm not. Like here you go. I like to think that we have way more fun that we don't share. But if you look at my social media, it also looks like all I do is talk about my fiance. So
she's a babe. I mean, this girl is hot.
She's a total babe. She's hilarious. She's actually it's annoying because she has a better personality than a body, which is amazing for me. But and her body is she's amazing. So I'm very lucky.
Okay, Nick, we have a fuck, marry, kill for you.
All right,
we have two. Okay, Michelle Obama, Rachel Bilson, or J-Lo.
I'm friends with Rachel.
I know, that's why we picked her.
Yeah. I'm going to kill Rachel because I think she'll forgive me. I'm going to marry Michelle.
Yeah,
and,
totally. You got to fuck J-Lo.
Yeah. J-Lo seems like her new movie, I just feel like I'm not capable of making J-Lo happy.
Right.
That's
she's super sexy.
Yeah, she's super sexy. I mean, I think it could be a quick shot situation.
You don't look as good as she is at this point in her life without having great expectations. Right. And I don't know if I can meet those expectations. Yeah. So
I get that.
I'm gonna hit it and quit it with J-Lo.
Okay. Chris Harrison, Timothy Chalamet, or Colton Underwood?
Oh, can I kill 2 people here?
No, we're not bending the rules for you.
I'm gonna kill Colton. I don't like people who stalk other people.
Dying to know who
I'm gonna marry Chris just because it would be a loveless marriage.
There are lots of those out there.
And then I'll fuck Timothy Chalamet because obviously total babe, and he's a superstar, But I also don't think he's not capable of giving a happy marriage. No, I mean he's too busy being a movie star.
That's right. Too busy. Remember that movie where he fucked the peach?
No,
you didn't watch Call Me by Your Name. Do you remember it? Y'all didn't watch.
I didn't see
Call
that.
Me by Your Name. Call me by
Calling
your
you by
name.
your name. I did not.
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh,
see that.
it's
Yeah.
so good. He fucks a peach.
Well, spoiler alert.
Well, Nick, this has been a real treat. I think we give you shit, but I think your Instagram feed is great. You're hot, so you can go shirtless.
Well, thank you.
Fiance's a smoke show. You have a lot of depth, a lot of
Tons of
great
depth.
insight. I love the self-deprecation. I want to do this with you again. This has been so fun.
Thank you for having me on. I would absolutely love to do it again. When you two ladies are in LA, I hope that I can have you on this couch for our show, if you would be so kind. So just get out to LA,
We're coming
have a
soon.
little West Coast trip.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Let's have our people talk.
That'd be so fun.
That will be great.
I would
All right.
love it.
Nick, thanks so much.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you so much, ladies. All right.
Bye.
Congrats on all your success. All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
so
you.
much. Bye-bye.
He's fantastic.
He's so cute.
He's so
Handsome.
cute.
Yeah, real handsome. He had really good dating advice.
Yeah.
I've got to show you on his Instagram. Did you look his fiance how hot she
Yes,
is?
I did.
Total babe.
So cute. They're
Total.
both darling.
Listener, go give us 5 stars. Write a review. Subscribe on Patreon. Do all the stuff you're supposed to do. And we will see you next Tuesday or Thursday.
Thank you, listener.
Tell you what I've had it with.